Let this film go to show. Don't click that link, man. Your antivirus is fine. You do not need to update that version of Chrome. And for the love of God, there are not hot, sexy singles in your area looking to fuck.
Say what again? Say what again? Say what again? Motherfucker, say what again?
What's going on, Toller Team? And I hope you guys are having a great week, and I hope you're staying safe out there. I've heard some pretty gnarly stories. You know, it's winter, of course. I hate this time of year, but I've heard there's been snow, there's been ice, there's been crazy winds enough to, like, there's been tornadoes down in Florida. So I hope you guys are out there and staying safe. But today we're going to be talking about an action flick, a January action flick, which, yeah, to be fair, January action does a lot better than January horror. But before we get into that, I do want to thank you guys so much for just continuing to support the channel, getting the views out there, getting the likes up there, commenting, sharing. We get a weekly recap, creators do, and just seeing how much support you guys are showing me. I really do appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. But you're here for a review. The Beekeeper, the first action flick of 2024. Let's get into it. The Beekeeper is a 2024 action film starring Jason Statham, Josh Hutcherson, Jeremy Irons, Emmy Raver Lampin, I hope I said that right, and it's directed by David Ayer. You know, David Ayer, the guy behind Suicide Squad. And no, not this Suicide Squad. This Suicide Squad.
Honka honka.
But The Beekeeper does have a bit of a stereotypical plot line. It's a little run of the mill. So imagine if you took John Wick, right, and then you combined it with Jason Bourne, that whole series, and then you just dropped a little bit of Smoking Aces in there.
I'm going down.
I bet you are.
Yep, that's pretty much it. So the Beekeeper, who's actually played by Jason Statham, he's Jason Statham. All right, he's this super badass, he's this retired assassin, and he's trying to live life out. He's retired, you know, he's got nothing to do. He's just taking care of his bees, man. But thanks to an event that happens at the very beginning of the film, which I'll talk about here in just a little bit, he's forced out of retirement.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
And that sends him on a murderous crusade of trying to get revenge, justice, I guess you could say. And it doesn't matter who the hell's in his way. Cops, U.S. government, it just doesn't matter.
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
So let's get into the positives. The first one being, it's fun, man. Like, it's really fun. It's just this old-fashioned, carnage candy-filled action flick that reminds me of that time in cinema, like around the late 90s, early 2000s. And it doesn't take itself as serious as something like John Wick, but it's not as over the top and zany. Zany's a word, right? It's not as zany as something like, I don't know, I Spy.
What the hell is even that?
It's fun, all right? We'll just put it that way. But liking The Beekeeper is completely contingent on your tastes. If you're looking for something that you can just turn the old brain off and go grab some popcorn, get you a drink, and just sit in the theater and watch the pretty colors on screen, this is perfect for that. But if you're looking for something that is a little more serious and grounded, get the fuck out. This is not it.
Get the fuck out!
There's bones being broken, there's fingers being cut off, there's stabbings. God, there's a lot of stabbing. You know, gunplay. The choreography is great. It's just a good old-fashioned action flick. That's the only way I know how to describe this. And it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. My wife had a lot of fun with it. It's just fun. And then there's the mythology of this character. You know, the Beekeeper. Although I gotta say, when I walked into this, I didn't know what the hell the Beekeepers were. And by the end of it, I still didn't know what the hell the Beekeepers were. But it's cool. There's this mysticism surrounding Jason Statham's character of Andy Clay. And I kind of drew the comparisons earlier with Jason Bourne because that's kind of what I've gotten from what the Beekeepers are. They're this super secret assassin organization, not an agency, an organization that not a whole lot of people know about. But whenever the name Beekeeper pops up, yeah, it gets people's attention. We don't know why, but it does. And there's levels to this shit. How many beekeepers are there? Where exactly are they? Who do they work for? Why the fuck are they called the Beekeepers? So many questions, none of them are answered, but with this particular film, it works. It keeps things, there's a lot of mystery surrounding who and what they are, how they came to be, all that. And so I hope to see a sequel. They need to answer all this. It's very interesting. I gotta know more. But before we talk about sequels, we gotta go over some shit because they need to fix some stuff in the next one. The acting, or the writing, or both. Who the hell's at fault nowadays anyway, right? Is it bad acting or is it bad writing? But all I know is that if I'm walking into a film and I see Jeremy Irons up there on the screen, I'm expecting some Jeremy Irons caliber kind of shit. And I just didn't get that. You know, Jason Statham does what he does. He's Jason Statham. Does Jason Statham stuff, right? You know what you're getting when you see this guy in a movie. And then there's Josh Hutcherson, who plays the role of this very spoiled, rich, bratty kid. And, you know, there's drugs, there's hookers, there's illegal tampering, a bunch of government intervention. Where have I heard about that before? But there's Emmy Raver Lampin. Again, I hope I didn't screw up her name, but she was fucking awful. She couldn't act her way out of a wet paper bag in this film. The same stupid look on her face. It's almost like she had no idea what the hell was going on. She was just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what we're doing. Okay, all right, fine. It didn't translate very well on screen. And that actually happens with Jeremy Irons too.
I'm assuming you're Alfred.
Master Kent. You said you'd come.
I'm a big fan of Jeremy Irons, but his character in The Beekeeper just did nothing for me. So you've got one half they did their thing, they did really good, and then the other half is I don't know what the hell they were doing. It's almost like the directors, the production crew was just like, look, okay, half of you're gonna do good. You guys are really gonna like this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, break. And then they told the other half of the crew, they were like, you know what? You guys just act as stupid as you possibly fucking can. All right, just look dumbfounded, like a deer in the headlights. Okay, ready, set, action. Which, like I said, it could be the writing. Who the hell knows? But what I do know is that there are a shit ton of bee references. A shit, I'm not joking. You're gonna hear it all. Honey jokes, queen jokes, puns. I swear to God, there's one point in this film where, let's just say he's on his knees and they go, to be or not to be, and they focus on the bee. Yeah, some of it was funny. There were some genuine chuckles in my theater when we were watching it, but it gets pretty old pretty quickly. You know, it's kind of like a friend you haven't seen in a while, and he shows up at your house, you're hanging out, you're having a good time, but then eventually, you know, he starts overstaying his welcome, and he's been there for almost a week, and you're just like, okay, man, like, can we move on from this? That's pretty much what it's like. It's just the friend you want gone. And speaking of gone, I don't know how to do these segues. Just bear with me. The motive behind this film is completely underused. Like I was talking about earlier with the particular character at the beginning, where the motive is established, it's not established very well. You learn early on, so this is not a spoiler, that there's a woman and she gets scammed out of millions of dollars by, you know, scammers. Remember what I said in the intro of this? Don't click the link. Yeah, that woman was actually taking care of the Beekeeper. But the thing that I didn't like was they had this muddied plot where there's the Beekeeper and the woman's taking care of the beekeeper, but then the woman is also the mom to an FBI agent, and they choose to talk about both of those things, right? You know, when you have a beginning of a film where a particular person has a motive, you've got to really focus on the connection and the emotionality of it. The thing that made John Wick's motive so understandable was because his dog meant something. He had a deep emotional connection with the dog because it came from his late wife, and it marked a moment in his life where he could grieve and move on. The dog was a symbol of starting anew, but we didn't get that in The Beekeeper. By the time we're fully introduced to the mother, she gets scammed. It just happens so quickly that there is not enough time to make their relationship feel really worth it. Like, yes, this person was close to him. Yes, she meant a lot. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. I just didn't get that vibe. I didn't at all. So should you check out The Beekeeper this weekend? Yeah, actually, it was a lot of fun. But like I said, it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something that's pretty serious, pretty grounded, wrong place. Wrong place entirely, wrong time, all of it. But if you're somebody that's just looking to walk into a film and just have a good time with a bunch of guns blazing, knives all over the place, and just people falling out left and right, The Beekeeper is a pretty damn good time. I had a great time with it, like I said, so did my wife, and it seemed like everybody I talked to after the film had a really good time with it too. So, yeah, go check it out. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for checking out my review. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, whoa. Real quick. If you like what you heard, or maybe you didn't, or at the very least you think I have the best button downs on YouTube, do me a favor, throw a like up there. Maybe comment down below about how much I suck. I don't fucking care. And, you know, if you feel extra special, sub if you'll listen to me talk some shit in the near future. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later.